Here's a claim that runs against almost everything you've been told about sleep. It isn't the total hours that decide how rested you are tomorrow. It's the first 90 minutes. While you're out, your brain and body run 5 separate jobs: rest, memory, hormones, immunity, and washing the brain clean. None of them switch off. None of them run at a flat, even pace either. This is what a healthy night actually looks like. 5 90-minute cycles, each a different mix of deep sleep and REM. And one of these 5 blocks does most of the heavy lifting. This film is about which one and why. Start with the nervous system running your organs. By day, it's tuned for action, alert, primed, ready to respond. At night, a different half takes the wheel. By day, the sympathetic system leads. Heart rate up, senses sharp. In deep, slow-wave sleep, the parasympathetic system takes over instead. Heart rate down, digestion and repair favored. And that handoff runs deepest in the very first cycle of the night, before it's diluted by every cycle after it. Look at the same 5 cycles again, and a pattern jumps out. Deep sleep dominates early, then shrinks every cycle after, while REM barely shows up first and swells toward morning. That shape is not decorative. Different kinds of memory are handed to different halves of the night. Roughly episodic memory and what, where, when leans on deep non-REM sleep. Emotional intensity gets eased across both slow wave and REM sleep together. And motor memory, the kind in your hands, draws on both stage 2 spindles and REM. Researchers still argue about the exact split. What's settled is that memory needs more than one kind of sleep to finish the job. Up to 70% of the growth hormone your body releases all night is dumped in that first deep sleep episode, with prolactin rising alongside it. And the cost of losing that window shows up fast elsewhere too. 2 nights at 4 hours of sleep, and healthy young men measured 18% less leptin, 28% more ghrelin, and a 23% jump in appetite for calorie-dense food. That's not willpower. That's hormones. That's 2 of the 5 jobs settled in that same window. The other 3 move just as fast. You've heard the advice to sleep off a cold. It turns out that's not just comfort talk. It's measurable. In one study, people getting under 7 hours of sleep a night were almost 3 times more likely to actually develop a cold after direct exposure to the virus than well-rested volunteers. A separate study on flu vaccination found the same pattern. Sleep-deprived adults built a measurably weaker antibody response, one that took weeks to catch up. Your brain has its own washing system, and it runs hardest while you're asleep. In mice, the space between brain cells opens up about 60% wider during sleep, and waste, including the protein linked to Alzheimer's, was cleared out roughly twice as fast. Both numbers are from mice, not people. And this series never drops that distinction. What's confirmed in people is the mechanism, not a multiplier. Slow brain waves during deep sleep physically pulse cerebrospinal fluid through the brain. Whether that link raises real Alzheimer's risk is still an open, active question, not yet a proven number. 4 of the 5 jobs, all leaning on the same early window. One is left, and it's the strangest one. One more assumption worth breaking. Dreaming isn't something that only happens in REM sleep. Waking people up mid-sleep and asking what was running through their mind, researchers got a dream report on roughly 8 in 10 REM awakenings, but also on just over half of non-REM awakenings. The mind doesn't clock out just because REM hasn't started. Zoom out from any single night, and the same 8 hours repeats every 24 night after night for an entire life. Do the arithmetic on that, and it's exact, not a rounded up figure. 8 hours out of 24 is a third of your life spent asleep, which raises the obvious question. If a third of your life is going to be spent this way regardless, doesn't it deserve to be spent well? This isn't just theory. Stanford researchers extended 11 of the university's own basketball players toward 10 hours of sleep a night for 5 to 7 weeks. Sprint times drop from 16.2 to 15.5 seconds. Free throw and three-point makes climb from 10.2 to 11.6 out of 15 attempts. Same athletes, more sleep. Measurably better at their sport. And the other extreme, in 1964, a 17-year-old named Randy Gardner stayed awake for 11 days and 25 minutes, monitored the entire time by this same Stanford sleep lab. Stretches like that force the brain into brief, involuntary microsleeps whether you intend to or not. When it was finally over, his first night of recovery sleep ran about 14 and a half hours. And that was it. The debt didn't need weeks to repay. It needed one very long night. Which brings us back to that one block from the start of this film. Watch what happens to deep sleep across the 5 cycles. It's biggest in the first one, by a wide margin, then it shrinks fast. Put a number on it. Of the whole night's 83 minutes of deep sleep, 35 of them, a little over 42%, land in that very first 90-minute cycle. Lose that block to a late night, a phone screen, or a broken routine, and no amount of extra hours later fully buys it back. That's the claim this whole film has been building toward. All 5 jobs, rest, memory, hormones, immunity, brainwash, lean hardest on that same first window. Protect it, and the other 4 cycles have far less work left to make up. So here it is, 5 jobs run every night and none of them run evenly. Growth hormone, memory consolidation, and the brain's own washing system all lean hardest on the first cycle. 42% of your deep sleep lives there. Protect that window, and the rest of your night, and your next day, follow from it. You don't control how much sleep pressure builds while you're awake, but you do control whether that first 90 minutes gets protected or interrupted. Sleep well.